Everybody, and welcome to our webinar today. Today we're going to be diving into decoding how you can get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN number that's not linked to your personal Social Security number, and how you can easily get business loans and credit lines as well. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ty Crandall. I've got about 17 years of financial experience now. Ever since I got out of the military many years ago, I've been in the finance sector. I actually speak about this topic worldwide. I've invited as far as Singapore to talk about business credit, and even in the next, for example, 3 weeks, I'll be in 3 different states. So I know a lot about this topic. It's something I'm comfortable enough to stand on pretty big stages and speak to huge groups of people about. I've written 2 of the best-selling books on credit as well. Perfect Credit, which is all about the consumer credit scoring system, and Business Credit Decoded, which is the best-selling book when it comes to business and commercial credit. I'm also known as an authority in this space, so you can find me in places like Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur, on podcast, radio, and TV. I'm honored to have earned the reputation that allows me to be seen as the authority, to be featured on all these type of channels. And I also oversee the largest business credit partner division in the country here at Credit Suite as well. We actually support thousands of partners that offer business credit around the country. So when they offer business credit and sell it to their customers, we're the ones that handle all the servicing. So we've helped now over 15,000 people build business credit in the last few years alone. I don't tell you any of this to brag. I'm a very humble person. I just tell you this because I want you to know a little bit about my experience, and just know that I have the actual experience I need to talk on this topic today. So a lot of things we're going to talk about today: how you can immediately get business credit that's linked to your EIN number, not your personal Social Security number, even as a startup, even if you have credit issues. We're going to talk about how you can immediately use that initial credit that you build to then come in and start getting credit with major retailers like Walmart, Amazon, Staples, and then how to grow that to even get auto vehicle financing and cash credit like Visa cards, MasterCards, American Express. We're going to talk about how you can access loans even when banks say no, even as a startup, even if you have credit challenges or don't have collateral. And we're also going to talk about how you can offer business credit financing as a service if that's something that you're interested in doing. So will business credit work for you? Well, business credit's the only financial solution that you can get regardless of cash flow or credit or collateral. To get a loan, you have to have a lendable strength. It's called the 3 C's formula. At least that's what we call it: cash flow, credit, or collateral. If you don't have any of these 3, you can't get loans, but you're still able to get business credit. So this means any business can obtain it, even startups. Now, even if you can get loans, you still want to build business credit because it determines how much money you'll get approved for and the rates and terms you'll pay. But again, anybody can get this even when you can't get financing. And here's a look at some of these approvals. This is an Allied Bank approval. Here's a Chevron Texaco, a Staples credit card, J.C. Penney. Here's people using business credit, initial business credit, to buy things like computers. There's a $10,000 Apple approval, $6,000 Amazon approval. Now keep in mind, these are from people just like you that didn't know how to do this process until they saw this webinar. $12,500 in Apple. Here's another person with $8,500 in approvals. An Office Max approval. Here's another Office Depot approval. $2,000 with ExxonMobil. $17,000 with Amazon, J.C. Penney. So you can see here, $2,600 approval, $4,000 approval, $4,000 Amazon. A bunch of approvals. American Express Blue, Walmart is one. Amazon looks like amongst many other approvals here. $50,000 approval with Pilot Flying J. This person has 10 accounts with $7,000 with of credit so far. Quill approval here. So you can see that a lot of these people, just like you, didn't know how to build business credit. They came to this webinar and they're obtaining this credit. Almost all of it, as you can see, they're getting without a PG, with no personal guarantee. So $9,000 Amex approval, $7,200 approval. Here's a $20,000 no PG approval. So that means no personal guarantee. It means no personal credit check. It means no personal guarantee. And we're going to dive in and talk more about how to get these kind of $10,000 Dell approvals and $50,000 line of credit approval here. And here's another $6,000 approval. So today we're going to dive into this. And as you can see, these are all from completely different people. So you can see that this not only can work for these people, but can work for you as well. It's just a matter of following the right series of steps. So when we talk about business credit, we're ultimately talking about credit here that's in a business's name. It's based on the business's ability to pay. So what's happening is the business builds its own credit profile and score for its EIN number, and then it starts using that credit profile and score to start obtaining in the business name that's based on the business ability to pay. So the business starts qualifying for high limit revolving accounts, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 limit revolving accounts at almost all major retailers like Office Depot, Home Depot, Sam's Club, Costco, Dell, Walmart, even cash credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and the business also becomes more lendable. So by having established business credit, it provides you easier access to loans and credit lines at the best terms as well. So a lot of reasons you probably want to consider building business credit. One is that it has no impact on your consumer credit. So that helps you two different ways. One, when you talk about business credit, you can get it without a credit check, so there's no inquiry on your consumer credit report. The other benefit is that this credit reports to the business reporting agencies, not the consumer, so you can max these credit cards out without damaging your consumer credit score. So it won't adversely affect your consumer credit. And by the way, this is one of the biggest mistakes business owners make. They get into business, they start up their business a lot of times using credit cards. They think it's going to cost a certain amount. It ends up costing them a lot more. They then max out those credit cards, they damage their personal scores, then they struggle to get the money they need. When you use business credit to use those credit cards to fund the business, you can keep your personal credit intact and use it to help you get loans and credit lines, basically help you obtain more money for the business. So it's not based on consumer credit quality. So you can get what we're going to talk about today regardless of how good or bad your consumer credit quality may be. You can also get it with no personal guarantee. What that means is that you're not liable for your business debts. This is one of the reasons that Inc., Entrepreneur, SBA, even SCORE all talk about the importance of separating consumer and commercial credit. Because with business credit, you separate your liability because you're not liable for the business debt the business is. If you ever default on one of those credit cards, the business is liable. The lenders and credit issuers can't come after your personal assets. You can also build business credit very quick. I'm going to show you today how to get to the very end of the process in about 4 to 6 months. That's when you're getting Visa cards, MasterCards, American Express. I'm going to show you today how to immediately get vendor credit as soon as you're done watching this webinar, even while you're finishing watching the webinar. And it's also important to know that anybody can see your business credit reports, your competitors, your prospects, your clients, potential investors in your business. This is public information, unlike your consumer credit. So you really need to control the quality of your credit because anybody that wants to can access your commercial credit reports and scores. Now, by building business credit, you give yourself a lot more borrowing ability because you have both consumer credit and business credit. It more than doubles your borrowing ability because you can have a consumer credit card at Staples, but you can't walk into Staples tomorrow and get another consumer credit card. But you could walk into Staples today, get a consumer credit card, and still walk into Staples tomorrow to get a commercial credit card. So limits are 10 to 100 times higher on business credit accounts than consumer credit, and that comes per SBA. This is very common for you to see $10,000, $20,000, well, actually $5,000 to $10,000 approvals about 30 to 60 days in this process. About 90 days in this process, see $10,000, $20,000 approvals. And as you get 4 months into building your business credit, it's easy to start seeing $20,000 to $50,000 limits. You would never see that in 4 or 6 months worth of time in the consumer credit world, but businesses have a greater appetite for spending, right? You're going to spend more money in your business than you will as an individual, which is why these limits are substantially higher. And it's also why it's so problematic to try to use your consumer credit to fund your business. The problem with doing that is that it's not designed to do so. So the credit limits are much lower than what they should be on the consumer side to try to fund a business. You want the higher limits. It's what's needed for your business to get the capital that it needs. You can get approved even when you can't get a bank loan or alternative financing. Bottom line is, anybody can get this even when you can't get any other kind of loan or credit line. But it also helps you access loans and credit lines. Look, your business credit quality is as important to your business as your consumer credit quality is to you as a consumer. If you ever want to get money for the business, whether it be credit cards, loans, or credit lines, you need to build business credit because it's going to determine how lendable you may be. And by having access to money, of course, you get a huge competitive advantage. So you can build business credit as long as you have a business in the United States. Even if you are outside of the United States, you reside outside of the U.S., as long as you have an entity here, you can still build business credit. You can build it for multiple businesses. What I'm going to tell you today, you can apply for multiple businesses, as many of our clients do, and you can even get this as a nonprofit, and you don't have to buy bogus trade lines. You don't have to buy shelf corporations. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't spend thousands of dollars buying trade lines and shelf corporations. Those can actually get you red red flagged and get your credit profile shut down. So I'm going to show you how to do this without buying any of those types of things. Now, as I mentioned, your business credit quality will determine three things. One, whether you will get approved or denied credit cards, loans, and credit lines. Two, how much money you'll actually get approved for. And three, the actual rates and terms that you'll pay. So you can be denied financing based on business credit quality, even if you have no business credit established. Okay, and that's the scary part. And we'll look at some actual reports so you can see how that works. So the way the reporting agencies work, and this is very different. In the consumer credit world, we're not used to this. Like, in order to have bad credit scores as a consumer, you have to mess up. You have to pay bills late. But in the business world, you'll be issued a failing score even when you have absolutely no credit. Even the fact that you don't have credit makes you a high risk. So you could, taking a couple look at a couple snapshots here from an Experian report, you can see the scores 28 out of 100. Until it scores the main business credit score from Experian. You can also see here the financial stability risk score 6, and you can see what that looks like. It's almost in the as red high risk as you can get. But again, you can see the lack of trade lines is the reason. This person has all zeros here because they have absolutely no credit reporting whatsoever. So what the reporting agencies are saying is that you become very high risk because you have no credit. So just the fact that you don't have it means you are extremely high risk. As a matter of fact, this financial stability risk score, what it literally depicts is your risk of filing bankruptcy in the next 12 months. Closing your doors, ceasing operations. So just because you don't have credit, you're about of a higher risk of failure as you can be per the reporting agencies, which is one of the reasons you want to build business credit. Now, the good thing is that when you add even one account to your credit report and you pay it as agreed, then you instantly go from possibly no score or horrible score to great score. So here's somebody 1 out of 100 or 0 out of 100, and we just saw the one was 28. This person's about as high as you can go with a 96 out of 100 score. Okay, you can see they're extremely low risk. Here's what's interesting. This is the only account they have on their business credit report. It's only one. It's a packaging account. I'm going to tell you who this is and even help you get this kind of account a little bit later. So it only takes one account reporting, as you can see, for them to have gone from a failing score of 28 all the way up into the 90s, so from horrible credit to good credit. How is this possible? It's possible because your business credit scores are based only on how you pay. It's not like consumer FICO score that has like credit mix and how long you've had credit for and new credit you're applying for. Business world, it's only based on how you pay. So this person got one account, they paid it on time or early, and that one account took them from horrible to great score. So here's what's interesting about business credit. As you continue to grow your credit, then the reporting agencies recommend you for more and more money, and that helps you get higher approvals. If you've ever wondered why you get approved for the limits or the amounts that you get, this is a huge factor. So we already looked at this credit report where somebody was being recommended here for $1,000. And by the way, all of the reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and D&B, all show this credit limit recommendation on the credit report to tell lenders and credit issuers how much money you should be issued. We saw this one too. Person got one account and bumped up to $2,500 in recommended credit. Here's somebody that has two accounts and is being recommended for nearly $7,000 in credit. Here's one for somebody has almost $16,000 recommendation for credit, and you can see they have 3 accounts. Here's somebody that has 4 accounts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's being recommended for nearly $66,000 in credit. Here's somebody with $724,000 in recommendation of credit, and as you can see here, they have 15 accounts reporting. So what happens is the more accounts you get approved for that report to your business credit reports, and the more you're using those accounts, the more you start to see this limit recommendation increase, and the more the loan amounts of the and credit line limits of credit lines and credit cards increase substantially. It's all based on the number of accounts you really have reporting. So let's dive in now and talk a little bit more about how you actually build business credit. So here's a couple of our clients. We went to our bank to get a line of credit, and they turned us down. We got started with Credit Suite, set up our business credibly, and built our business credit. After following the steps, we've now secured over 96,000 in business cards and just applied for a platinum Amex and got approved instantly with no limit. Now we have 4 to 5 different companies call us every day trying to give us money, and that's a really good problem to have. We're excited, and if you don't have business credit yet, you should get involved with Credit Suite to have the same results. So what's interesting about the samples, and I'll talk to you about this in just a little bit later, they had one discrepancy on their credibility that once fixed, they also were able to go in and get that loan they got denied for. And we'll talk about that as we progress a little bit more as well. So the very first step in building business credit, as the sample said, is to build this business credibility, to build your business in a way where it looks legitimate, it looks credible, it looks visually reputable. So lenders and credit issuers have a secret unpublished set of standards that you've got to meet to get approved for any kind of financing. And you already know this because when you apply for a credit card, you either get an instant approval or that dreaded message that you'll hear by mail in 7 to 10 days, which never ending up well. But if they're giving you an instant approval, it's not people doing that. We know it's computers. So we know the computers have an algorithm of what they're looking for. And step one, I'm just going to decode what these algorithms are looking for, because if you know what lenders and credit issuers computers are looking for, you can meet that criteria and get approved. Really know you can get approved before you even apply. If you meet the standards, you get the automated approvals, and if you don't, you either get denied or you get pushed for a manual review of your application, which usually ends up you getting denied. So you've got to set up this business credibly before you start getting credit and financing. So first of all, set up your entity. You do this with your Secretary of State. You can build business credit with any entity, but you want to choose a corporation or an LLC because that limits your liability. So that helps you really separate your personal and business liability. You want to stay away from business names that indicate you're high risk, and we'll dive into a list of high risk business names in here in a little bit. You want to get your free EIN number from the IRS. You want to get any licensing you need for your industry, for your city, for your county, for your state that you're in. You want to make sure that all your online listings have exactly the same information of what's on your application. That's one of the biggest reasons, believe it or not, that business loans get denied is that you enter information on your application, then the bank actually pulls data from Small Business Financial Exchange and LexisNexis. They see that the information you entered on the application doesn't match exactly with what the information they pull, and you get denied. So you got to make sure in the business world, the business reporting agencies are pulling data from Yelp, from Facebook, from Google, from Bing. So you need to make sure that all these places have your business information the same. Your business name needs to be the same spelling. Your address needs to be the same. Your phone number, everywhere online, including your utility statements, your bank statements as well. You need to have a professional website and email address. Don't use Yahoo. Don't use Gmail type email addresses. You need to get a professional website, preferably yourname.com, your company name.com, and have email address like info@yourcompany.com or your first name at yourcompany.com. You need to have a business address. Okay, you want to get a real physical business address, preferably first choice. Second choice, use a virtual address. Third and last choice, use a home address. But you have to be cautious. Places like Walmart won't approve you with the home address, and nowadays Google Street Views are showing up on your Dun & Bradstreet business credit report. So if you don't want your lenders, credit issuers, suppliers to see a street view of your home, well, you need to be aware of that. That's what happens when you use your home as an address for your business, your home address. But again, you never want to use a P.O. box or a UPS address. These are absolute no-go. You're better to use a home address than use one of these when it comes to getting money, because lenders and credit issuers despise P.O. box and UPS addresses. And yes, they do have a database that they know that these are the addresses that you're using. You want to get a business phone number. You want to get a toll-free number. You want to get a fax number. I know you might not use a fax, but it makes you look more credible that you have one. And you need to get your phone number listed with 411. You can't just list your number with 411, and 411.com is not 411. But we'll talk about a little bit later how you can actually get that phone number listed with 411. So once you've done these things, now you've set up that basic foundation, the credible foundation. Now let's help you get your business credit reports. You've got to get set up with the reporting agencies next, and you also want to pull your reports to see what's reporting on you now. You're also going to want to get your DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet and your BIN number, your business identification number with Experian. Now, Dun & Bradstreet will try to charge you $500 to $2,000 for the DUNS number and activation of your credit profile. They will try to charge you that money, but I'll talk about here a little bit later how you can get the DUNS number for free and how you can activate the credit profile without paying for it as well. A DUNS and a Paydex score are just the beginning of starting to build your business credit. You've got to get these numbers because the DUNS number is needed to get the Paydex score, which is the biggest and most popular credit score used in the reporting agencies offered by Dun & Bradstreet. You got to have that DUNS number where some credit issuers to even apply. You need the DUNS number to get the Paydex score, and you need the DUNS number because, again, it just makes you look more legitimate and credible as well. You also want to fix inaccuracies of any derogatory items that you have on the business credit report. So now that you've obtained the business credit reports, which, by the way, can be expensive, $200, $210 a month or more, and I'll tell you a little bit later how to reduce that cost by 90%. But once you have access to your business credit reports, you've got your DUNS number, you've got your BIN number from Experian, the next thing you want to do is start getting initial credit. So just like with consumer credit, you can't get credit for your business unless you have an initial business credit profile and score established. And there's actually a few different ways to establish that initial credit profile and score. Now, the first one I already touched upon, you can pay Dun & Bradstreet $1,500 to $2,000 to use their credit builder. The problem is that would only ever build your Dun & Bradstreet credit, and you can't add most accounts to Dun & Bradstreet. They won't let you add utilities. They won't let you add rent or bank credit or bank payments or credit cards. So if you look at most of the bills you have, if you exclude all those, there's not a lot of stuff you're going to be able to add Dun & Bradstreet. So that's probably why this might not be the best option for you. Now, if you have good personal credit, well, you can get credit lines up to 150 grand. There's a program where you can get up to 5 credit lines for up to 150 grand. It's no doc, so you can get it even as a startup. You need to have good credit, 685 FICO score or higher for approval, but you can get 5 credit lines with 0% interest rates, and they report to the business reporting agency. So you can get cash money, and you can also, because you could take cash out of these credit lines, and you also build your business credit at exactly the same time. Now, you can also get approved with this without a guarantor or with a guarantor. So maybe your credit's not good, but you have a guarantor where it is good. Well, then you're able to come in and you're able to actually come in and be able to use your credit or that of the guarantor to actually get approved. So these will give you 5 high limit trade lines that help you build your initial credit profile and score. Here's one of our clients that did this and got these individual approvals that totaled about $61,000 while they got cash and built their business credit. So this is one of the best funding programs I've ever seen for startups and helps you build business credit too, so it works pretty well. Now, you can get initial business credit with what are called starter vendors who will give you initial credit even if you have no credit now, no score, no trade lines. They have no credit requirements. They don't even look at your personal credit. So if you don't want to provide your personal credit to get your initial accounts, or if it's not good or you don't have a guarantor, well, then use vendor accounts. This is how most people start building business credit, is with these starter vendors. Now, vendors are credit issuers that give you terms like net 15, net 30, net 45, net 60. That means you have that much time to pay back the balance in its entirety that you borrow from that credit. So you've got to find vendors that meet 2 very specific criteria. One, they report to the business reporting agencies, not consumer credit reporting agencies. And 2, they'll approve you when you have no prior credit. You're going to need about a handful of these accounts before you're able to then move on to the next step in building your business credit. So some starter vendors include Quill, Uline, Wells Fargo, Secure Credit Card. You got to be careful. 97% of trade vendors do not report to the business reporting agencies. So you've got to find ones like Quill, Uline that actually do report to the reporting agencies. And here's some clients that actually obtain this kind of credit to start. So it's a start. We now have Uline, Granger, Quill, and Pilot. So this is how they started building their business credit. And you can see here that they have got, I'm not sure, this is a Fuelman, a fleet credit card. Here's somebody that got their first Net 30 products from Uline. Here's somebody that got an approval for Net 30 here from HD Supply. I showed you this for 2 reasons. Because one, I want you to see here that the person got that HD Supply, but then you can also see Amazon, Lowe's, Quarles, Fleet Card all said heck no, I'll say. So I'm showing you this because I don't want to paint the picture that this is easy. It's some trial and error if you're doing it on your own. I'll give you an easier path as well that could save you a bunch of time, but you might have some challenges as you're going through these steps, and we'll talk about overcoming those a little bit later. So once you have the 5 accounts reporting, then you can start to move on to get the retail credit. Credit with most retailers with limits 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit, and credit you can get without the guarantee. This is offered through most stores. You can also get fleet credit as well. Fleet credit's for auto vehicle repairs, auto maintenance, fuel. Very big, very popular with truck drivers and people in the transportation space, for example. And some of these approvals, look at this one. You can see a Dell approval at JCPenney. You can see, again, a $6,000 approval with Racetrack, $4,500 approval here, Lowe's. Here's a bunch of approvals. Citgo for $8,400, Love's, Home Depot, Amazon, $7,000, all with no personal guarantee. And Amazon, or I mentioned Amazon, $17,000 Shell credit card. Here's 3 sets of these credit cards, which are fleet credit cards. Here's a Sam's Club MasterCard. This is a MasterCard that you can use anywhere, not even just a Sam's Club, but you can get an idea of that. Now, here's one of our clients, Christine, and we follow her progress as we do many of our clients and share that with people. Here's an idea of the kind of approvals you can expect to get. $2,000, $5,000 from Tractor Supply, Exxon, Fuelman Fleet for $6,000, BJ's for $7,000. You can see the approvals to start to climb. $15,000 with Office Depot and Sears and Costco for $20, Best Buy for $40, Dell for $40, Pilot Flying J for $50. Now, Pilot Flying J actually gave her $50,000 a week she could spend. She ended up getting approved for $40 at Ford. Now it's up to $185. RTS up to $300. These are all with no personal credit check and personal guarantee. She's over $816,000 in approvals, including 2 credit lines with PNC, one for $50, one for $100. I just obviously ran out of space here to show you her approvals. And here's some where she got approved. Actually, this $150,000 credit line, her second post ended up being that it was an accident. They looked at the wrong company. They actually approved her for $300,000, which is pretty cool. Here's some of her credit reports. You can start to see those accounts reporting. Here's an approval for $15,000. I didn't even add to the list. So here's her holding up some of her cards as she says, these are a few quote of her cards, and as she says, if you follow Ty Crandall's program, you'll get what you need. This is some of her actual results. So once you get to that point, once you get about 14 to 10 or 14 accounts reporting on your business credit reports, then you move to the final tier, which is what we call cash credit tier. This is Visa cards. These are MasterCards. This is American Express cards that you can get without the guarantee and credit check. $9,000 with Amex. There's a $3,000 Amex, $20,000 Amex. I guess Amex is the card of the day today. You can also get these from many other places. So here's more cash credit: $12,000 from PNC, Flagstar for $10,000, $22,000 from Chase, $15,000 from Citi, $10,000 from Chase, $8,000 from Inc., $7,000 from Umpak Bank, $50,000 Amex, $10,000 from Bank of America, $24,000 Amex, another $50,000 Amex. So this is what business credit really looks like if you're following the steps that I've mapped out to get to the end, all the way of seeing real physical cash credit. Now, again, you're going to have a lot of problems along the way. Building business credit on your own is not easy. The process is about trial and error, which is going to take you time, and you're going to have a lot of questions that you might not know the answer to. So here's somebody, for example, that doesn't know which entity to choose, or how to get the phone number listed with 411, or which kind of address to use, or whether to switch corporations, or how to get the easiest credit without the guarantee, and here's how to get the right gas card. So again, these are the kind of questions that we see all the time. I don't want to paint the picture that this is going to be easy for you. The reality is, when you're doing this on your own, it's not easy, and you're going to have a lot of questions and nobody to help answer those questions. So again, I don't want to paint this rosy picture that you're going to fly through and get all kind of results and this is easy. These are the kind of questions and problems you're going to very well run into on your own that you're seeing here, okay? So here's people that are trying to figure out which one to get reported. How long does it take to report because their accounts aren't reporting? Trying to figure out the next tier of credit to apply for. So these are the kind of issues you're going to run into along the way. Just know that if you're trying to do this on your own, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than if you're doing this working with an actual expert. So what I want to do now is, I have time, I want to show you how to actually do this, not just in theory, not just looking at slides, but I'm going to show you how our actual clients build business credit. We're also going to talk about a bunch of different ways you can get financing as well. So this is a system we call our Business Finance Suite. This is our homepage, And this is basically just an all-inclusive system that helps you access all different kinds of financing, loans, credit lines, whether you're a startup or you're looking for 20 million for expansion, and it helps you with every aspect of building business credit. So this is the same system that people like the samples that you saw got the no limit American Express card system followed. So I want to do this for two reasons. One, show you how much easier it is if you're working with experts that can help you through this process, and two, to show you how our clients really are getting the results they're getting, so you can at least follow suit and follow the same steps. So remember, the very first step of building business credit is to set up your credibility. And in the very first step of the finance suite, that is exactly what we do. Now, the finance suite's really easy to navigate. We do most of our training through very short videos here, 48 seconds, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, very little text. We also give you resources along the way to help you if you need the resources, and it's really easy if you watch my screen that change it for languages. So if Spanish is your native language, or if you're offering this white label to customers, in one selection you can easily change the entire system from English to Spanish. So very easy to navigate. So the very first thing we do is help you set up your business name credibly. Now, again, we help you access your Secretary of States. We even help you access these restricted industries. By choosing a name that reflects you're in a restricted industry, your name could throw up a red flag, which gets you denied for credit and financing. So from the very beginning here, we're walking through and helping you set up the business where it meets the secret criteria that the lenders and credit issuers have. So again, you know you can get approved before you even apply. So for example, we help you with the business name. We help you set up your business address, understand what virtual addresses are, finding the right entity to separate your liability, setting up your phone number. Remember, you can't just go to 411 and list your phone number. That's why lenders look at this as a source of credibility, because usually 411 will only pick you up in time when you start getting listed at Google and Bing and Yahoo and those type places. That could take years to do. So we help do this for you. You just click yes, you want it listed, list your phone number. We list it for you with 411. How do we do it? We use a system called List Yourself. You could use List Yourself. It's $30 a month for every month that you have your number listed with 411. It's about $360 a year. It's so important, and so many of our clients were not doing it that we just went ahead and we decided that we were going to pay for it for our clients. But now you know that it's part of this, and you know how to do it on your own as well. We help you set up your website and email, your EIN, your business license, your bank account. Did you know that as a business owner, you have three types of credit? You have consumer credit, you have business credit, and you also have what's called bank credit, a bank credit score that is used to determine if you're lendable to get big bank loans or credit lines or credit cards from big banks like Chase Bank of America. We decode all that for you in step one, even help you set up your merchant account and talk to you more about ways you could easily get money using that merchant account once you set it up. So again, in step one, it's all about setting up that credibility. Once we've done so, now we're going to help you come in and start accessing your business credit reports. Now, as I mentioned, it's about $200 a month to get Dun & Bradstreet and Experian credit reports, which you're going to need to start building your business credit. Again, short videos that walk you through this process. You can see here that if we want to get our DUNS number in one click, we help you get your DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet. You can also in one click get set up with Experian and Equifax in this step as well, and learn all about how your business credit reports and scores work. This is really important, and here's why. Because your business credit reports are very different than consumer credit reports. For example, they show categories of credit issuers, not just actual creditors. They show the recent amount of credit you've used, not your actual limits. And I have this closed caption on in Spanish, but I can easily turn that off. And there's no Spanish anymore. And so business credit reports are very different than consumer. And by knowing how your reports and scores work, you have the best chance of controlling them to get the absolute best credit you can get quickly. So we're teaching you that as well. Now, once we've done so, then we help you start getting access to real vendors that will help you build business credit. Now, keep in mind, what we do is take years of business credit building and condense it down to months. You're going to spend 2 or 3 years doing this on your own, because you're going to apply, get denied, apply, get denied, apply, get approved. It's trial and error. It's going to take you a lot of time to figure it out. How do we take years of business credit building and condense it to months? How do we help 15,000 people build business credit and have 0 online complaints? Well, it's because we found 4 different ways to help take years of business credit building and condense it down into only a few months. And that's by helping you apply for only accounts you can really get approved for. So the very first thing that we do to make sure you're only applying for accounts you know you can get is we tell you how many accounts you're going to need to move on and get to the next step. We list in order the tiers of credit you're going to apply for, so you can easily come in right here and apply for credit in the right order, the right tiers. We gray out any of these that you can't qualify for, and we put them in orange when you can qualify. We also list the underwriting guidelines for every single source you're going to apply for, so you'll know you meet the criteria before you even apply. This is not something you'll ever find anywhere else. Here's why. We have relationships with every underwriter with these sources to know what their actual underwriting guidelines are. Think about how much that helps you. Think about knowing what the approval criteria is before you even apply. It's simple to meet the criteria, then go in and apply knowing you already meet the criteria to get approved. This is how we take years and condense it to months. We only put sources in front of you that we know you're going to be able to apply for, and we have you apply in the right order to get the results, to get the best results. We also list how to get approved. You can click to apply. These are the backlinks. Most people don't know how to get the credit without the guarantee. It's because these credit issuers all have their own kind of secret backlinks to get into those applications. We give you the links right to those, and we even report who, or even show who they report to, which is a really big deal. And here's why. Because the business credit building is all about moving from tier to tier. And what determines, as you already know now, what determines when is time to move to the next tier of credits, how many accounts you have reporting. Well, accounts like this is a payment experience. The payment experience is a reporting of an account to a reporting agency. So Uline, for example, reports to Experian and Dun & Bradstreet. So that one account counts as 2 payment experiences. So if you need 5 payment experiences to move to retail credit, this one counts as 2. So it's going to save you time getting Uline versus coming in, for example, and getting Quill, because Quill only reports to 1. So we are all about speed. I mean, all we do is focus on helping you get the fastest results. And by the way, you're not navigating this and doing this on your own. Our business advisors will work with you through every step of the process. They'll call you 5 times the first 5 days. They'll spend 30, 60 minutes on the phone with you, helping you get through the different steps and progressing through. So again, you're not on your own, which helps us expedite the process. And by telling you which reporting agencies they report to, you can apply to credit issuers that report to multiple, which helps expedite the business credit building process. We also have the largest supply of vendors you're going to find anywhere, people that you can accept payments from and buy office supplies and printing supplies and website and SEO and phone services and more. The reason we have access to the largest supply is that we help people get into the business of reporting. A lot of people don't report. 97% of trade vendors don't report. We work with those 97% of trade vendors to help them report, giving you access to more sources. Now, next, you've got the accounts on your business credit reports. You've got to see them reporting to know when to move to the next step. So in this step, we help you set up credit monitoring. You can even fix inaccuracies with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. Now, like I said, this can get fairly expensive. It's about $210 a month if you're going to the reporting agencies directly. And you can see right here, actually, D&B lowered their cost to $150 a month. So they're $150. And then if you get Experian, which is the second biggest of the reporting agencies, you'll see Experian's reports and scores are $50. So that means that every month you're going to spend $200 just to monitor Experian and D&B. Equifax, not as big of a deal, because most credit issuers report to D&B or Experian, but you can see it's $50 for your report and score. These other two are just scores. So this gives you your report and score. So it's $200 a month to monitor your business credit reports and scores. But the nice thing about this, about the finance suite, is that it integrates directly. When you come here to your report dashboard, then we actually integrate directly with Nav, and you're able to come in here and through Nav, you're able to access both your Experian and your Dun & Bradstreet Bradstreet Business Credit Report. So here's Dun & Bradstreet Business Credit Report, for example. Gives you your score, what the score means. Okay, gives you their DUNS number, all your company information, your summary data, lawsuit information, gives you your actual accounts, tells you all your accounts and your payment history on every one of those accounts. Your public filings are here. You can even set up alerts when things change on your business credit reports. Here's your Experian Intellis score. Here's how you compare to others in your industry, and here's that BIN number you're going to set up. Other factors affecting your score, your payment history, it's all right here. You can even look at all the accounts on your Experian credit reports. You can look at public filings. You can even set up alerts. And yes, this is a real credit report. As you can see here, it's Pixar's actual real credit report. Why am I showing you this? Because I can. Because business credit reports are public information. So just like I can show you theirs, anybody else that wants to can show you yours. Here's the best part. This is $24 a month through our finance suite to get Experian and D&B access. $24 a month. So that saves you nearly 90% on credit monitoring. It saves you over $2,000 a year you save in credit monitoring because we're integrating with them directly in our finance suite. Now, once those accounts start to report, now it's graduation time. It's time to have some fun. You can start getting real revolving credit at most major retailers. You can see I grade these out because I want you to see what it looks like when you do not have enough accounts on your business credit reports to get approved. That's one of the safeguards to only serve up accounts you know you can get approved for. And you can see that most major retailers, from gas stations like Wawa to even Ryder for truck rental, all the way to 7-Eleven, Sheetz, HD Supply, Meijer for grocery stores, Amazon, Staples, almost every major retailer offers business credit, including Lowe's here, Budget, even Macy's. So we give you access to almost every major retailer out there that's offering this kind of credit. And the nice thing, again, is that we're giving you the information on this regarding what it takes to get approved as well. So just like I showed you for the vendor credit, you can come in here and easily see the actual underwriting guidelines for any of these sources. So for example, if I click on apply for Home Depot, I can see their underwriting guidelines, their description, who they report to. It's like this for every source as well. So you can see that almost Walmart, Sears, almost every major retailer that's out there offers business credit without a personal guarantee, a personal credit check. And through your finance suite, we walk you through step by step how many accounts you need to actually move on and get approved for all this kind of credit. You can even get auto vehicle financing. You can get Visa cards. You can get MasterCard. So here's financing. Here's Ally Financial, for example. Okay, MasterCards, you can see here, cash credit cards. So all of this kind of financing, fleet credit cards, it's all available through the finance suite. And again, you could just simply click, get the underwriting guidelines, and we make it really simple to come in and to actually get approved. Now, there's a lot of accounts that don't report that you still may be interested in as well. There's a lot of loans. This program, for example, doesn't even have a credit check and get you a low interest rate credit line. American Express, you can get phone services for your cell phone, for example, and bill and use those to get approved without a personal guarantee credit check. Apple. So almost every major retailer you can access through here. And again, you're working with our business advisors. They're going to reach out and help you. They're available through chat, email, and phone as well. You can easily come in here to go to contact us to access them as well. Now, I won't show you a bunch of features because I don't have a lot of time, but you can get in real time the valuation of your business ongoing. So you can see business valuations through the finance suite as well. You can also come in and obtain all different kind of financing. We work with over 1,000 lenders and over 30 core funding products that you're able to get through the Finance My Business section of the finance suite as well. You're basically just entering a little bit of basic information, and then in doing so, we render a decision of all the funding programs you can qualify for. So we have unsecured business financing if you're just starting your business. We have financing that's based just on you having revenue or just based on you having collateral. So if you have any lendable strength, you're able to obtain all different kind of financing through the Finance My Business section of the finance suite by just answering a few questions. This has over 1,000 lenders of access, over 35 now core funding programs. So it's got more access to all this money in one place. And so what that helps you do is that helps you come in and be able to get the most money for your business at the best terms. It also helps you come in and do so even when you can't typically get financing, because we work with so many different kind of lenders. Now, if you wanted to offer this as an actual customer, well, then you can come in, or to your actual customers, well, then you can come in. We have partner training that maps out everything you need to successfully offer business credit and financing as a service. So you can go through a 7-step training and get short videos that teach you everything you need to know to offer business credit and financing as a service. You even come in and get weekly coaching webinars that we do every week on everything on how to market and sell business credit, all the way into how to close sales. You can have sales team training. We even give you every resource you would need to be successful offering business credit: ebooks, email content, flyers, videos, everything you need to be successful offering business credit and financing. We're giving you right here through the finance suite as well. You can see that all of these resources are professionally done. So you enter your information to make them yours, but they're all professionally done. So you can see that this is like basically kind of like, I don't know, getting a franchise without the ridiculously expensive franchise fees. You can see just here with emails alone, the email document alone with about a year's worth of emails has 69 different pages of email content. So you can see the quality of resources that we give you to even offer this as a service if you want to offer this as a service. So it makes it easier for you to build your business credit and to make money with business credit financing. So here's one of our clients, Marlon. I was looking for a fast way to get money to grow my consumer credit business after failing to get approved for loans with several banks. I discovered Credit Suite after getting initial vendor accounts. I continued applying and getting all types of credit, and now have over 100 business credit cards in my wallet, totaling over $1 million in available credit. I have fleet credit that I use for auto repairs and fuel. I have cash credit with most major banks, including Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I secured almost all of this without a guarantee or credit check, and I've been able to get loans with many sources, including PayPal and Cabbage, low rates and loan amounts over $100,000. There's multiple pictures of him holding up stacks of his credit cards. Look, the results you're going to get may vary. How much credit you get depends on how much credit you apply for and how much credit you actually use. So look, you're watching this webinar on your computer, phone, or tablet because you probably are looking for the easiest and fastest way to get money to grow your business. You probably have already struggled to get the money and credit you need and have yet to find a simple solution. So why working with us? Why our finance suite may be a perfect fit? Well, you're getting business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social through the top selling business credit system. As I mentioned, we've helped over 15,000 people build business credit. You can look on our website, click the credibility link. You'll see hundreds of reviews, testimonials, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can see all kinds of information to verify that we are the top system when it comes to building business credit, and get access to funding. So you can access funding and business credit in the same place. And again, with funding, you're working with our finance officer. So our finance officers help you with all aspects of getting money. We shop the rates and terms. We do so much volume with these lenders that we're getting you better rates and terms than you'll typically get on your own anyways. And again, you can do all this in English and in Spanish. So we help you with all aspects of setting up the business credibly, even a lot of things that I didn't get a chance to walk you through today. But we help you set up the business name credibly, your EIN, your address the right way, your 411 number, we get that, or your phone, we get listed with 411, your email, your online listings, your bank account, even your merchant account system, or your merchant account. We help you set up all those. We help you get set up with all 3 reporting agencies and activate your credit profile and score. When it comes to the very first vendor step of building business credit that I just showed you, when you get 3 of those accounts, Dun & Bradstreet automatically activates your credit profile and score. So it saves you that $1,500 from paying them for your DUNS and credit profile activation. It happens automatically. And when you get 1 account that reports to Equifax or Experian, that activates your credit profile with them. We also help you dispute and fix inaccuracies with all 3 of the reporting agencies. You have the largest supply of vendor sources. Remember, we help create vendors by helping them get the ability to report. So you can really find vendors you actually want to use and use them to build your initial credit. You can get things like t-shirts and office supplies and shipping supplies and marketing resources, SEO, websites, and build your business credit at the same time. You have a huge huge selection of revolving store credit. Most retailers are in there. The Visa cards, the MasterCards, the stuff nobody can find, the stuff that people say doesn't even exist, the cash credit is available in there, as well as auto vehicle financing, all without a personal guarantee or personal credit check. You can get cash flow financing. It's based just on your cash flow, even if you have credit issues or collateral. If you do have assets or collateral, you can get super low rates on those, regardless of cash flow or credit. You can get that startup financing where you can get up to 150 grand and build your business credit. We have private money and alternative SBA loans, venture capital. Okay, we're plugging in angel investors, crowdfunding. The whole thing is designed to give you access to all the money you need in one place. What we found is that a lot of business owners qualify for financing. They just don't know where to go to get it. And most lenders only offer one or two kinds of loans. So you may qualify for one, but don't qualify everywhere else. Or you may not qualify for the one program they have, but you could have qualified if you would have known about other programs. The finance suite's set up where you just don't need to think about any of these things. You have a step-by-step system to build business credit with our advising team helping you. You have a finance team that will get on the phone with you, develop a finance blueprint, find all the financing you can qualify for, and then from that point will help you access that at the absolute best terms. So whenever you need money, you've got the sources that will help you. We've even got term loans, line of credit, some that don't even have credit checks as part of the system. And with our partner program, like I said, we're giving you basically the equivalent of a franchise without a hefty franchise fee. It's like a business in a box. You're getting contracts to sell business credit, sales scripts, seminar details. You're getting your whole website, 8-page website with an About Us page, contact us, business credit, business funding type pages, press releases, articles. You're getting 15 PowerPoints and ebooks and a year's worth of social media posts and emails and tons of videos and webinars that you can use to market. You've got Spanish marketing materials. So not only do we have a lot of the marketing materials in English, but they're also available in Spanish as well. You're getting finance training, videos, flyers. You're getting training on funding, training for your sales team, a Jumpstart program to help you close your first sales. You're getting all of that. So look, if this makes sense to you and if you would like to take what could take you years on your own and condense it to months, well then if you are getting started with us today as part of this webinar, then I want to include some special bonuses and a discount for you as well. So if you look at our website, creditsuite.com, you'll see that our top plan with payments retails for over $7,000, about $7,176. But I've got some specials that are a discount that we rarely do. We have something so unique that we don't discount it very often. But because you hung out with me on this webinar, I want to extend you a cool option or a cool offer. And I also want to make sure you get those bonuses I talked about. So option one, get business credit and loans. It's called our core program. This is for you to get financing and credit, not including our partner program. This does not include our partner program. You've got a couple options. 7 payments of $497, 1 payment of $24.97. The minute you make the first payment, you get full access, and we will work with you on customized payments. So think about this. We save you over $2,000 a year on credit monitoring because it's about $300 with us. It's over $2,000. It's like $2,200 with their credit reporting agencies, or $2,500 with the reporting agencies. We save you $2,200 a year on credit monitoring alone, and it's only $2,500 to get started. Plus, we pay for your 411. Plus, you don't have to pay Dun and Bradstreet any money. Plus, there's so many other things that we help you do to take what could take you years and condense it to only months. So if the payments don't work for you, get in touch with us still. We will customize a payment plan for you. Now, if you want to get business credit financing and offer it, well, that's our VIP plan. You can get started with 7 payments of $597 or 1 payment of $34.97. And again, we will work with you on payments. So look, it's going to take you years to do this on your own, or less than 6 months to do it with us. So, you got to ask yourself, if you're saving 18 months or 2 years worth of time, what could you do with that money today? And how would that help you versus having to wait 2 years for it? If I told you that you could do something on your own and wait 2 years to get money, or do it now and get it within 6 months, well, how much time and money is that year and a half that you're going to wait really going to cost you? Also keep in mind, you're going to pay thousands more if you're doing it on your own, because you're going to pay for your DUNS number and 411. You're going to pay for business valuations, which cost $1,000 a shot. For us, you get it free anytime you want to do a valuation of your business. So it saves you time and it saves you money as well. And again, we'll customize the payments for you. Now, this is completely risk-free. So you're getting full access to everything I just showed you with your first payment. And we're not going to let you pay over 7 or 9 months unless we know you love it. But we know you're going to love it, which is why we're shifting the risk to us, where you're getting no downside and massive upside because you're getting full access even when you make your first payment. Now, you can go to creditsuite.com/webinar to get started, and we'll take a really quick look here to see how easy that process is. When you go to creditsuite.com webinar, you'll see the cores to get business credit financing, VIPs to offer it as well. And you can see here the bonuses. You can see your discount. You just find the package you want. You click buy it now. You enter some information. You choose the best option that you want payment wise, and you're done. As soon as you're done, you get an email with the login information. You'll get it immediately as soon as you're done. You'll set up your own password. Your username will be your email. You'll immediately get access, and our advisors will call you shortly thereafter to help you get started and walk you through. Our advisors on the first call here. I'm giving you a 30-minute bonus call because I want our advisors to help you through 1, 2, and 3. My goal is for you to get on the first call with our advisors all the way through step 3 and actually get the first vendor accounts, get approved for your initial vendor accounts. But it depends on how far you've already made it in setting up your business. You might need to do a little bit of work in step 1 to do that. Bonus 2, credit monitoring. As I mentioned, we're saving $2,200 a year because you're going to get credit monitoring that we don't give to all of our clients with Dun & Bradstreet and Experian through our Nav integration for only $24. We're also going to give you the free business valuation. You get the tool to see how much your business is worth at any time, but you also get a 28-page report that says where you compare to others and things you could do to increase the value of your business. We're throwing that in. And we're also going to throw in a ready-to-publish book. It's my book. It's Business Credit Decoded, done in a way that you can make it your own. Why? Because when you are a published author, it gives you a ton of credibility. So we're giving you a credibility tool to make it easier to offer business credit and financing as a service, or maybe to boost up your credibility for your primary business. And if you get started and don't feel what you receive is worth every penny of what you paid, or that you'll be able to make many times what you spent with our partner program, we give you 100% of your money back. We're that sure you're going to love it. If you're not sure we'll do it, look online, search our reputation. You'll never find a complaint anywhere from a client, ever. You won't find even one person that's complained that we've not given them their money back. That's a pretty good sign that we honor our guarantee when nobody out there is saying that we don't. So to recap, you're getting your own finance suite with 24/7 access, concierge business advisors, the DUNS number, the credit profile activation, the largest supply of vendors and revolving sources as well. You can get up to $150,000 in unsecured financing if you have a guarantor with good credit, or you do. You're getting access to finance officers. You're getting your number listed with 411. You're getting the Visa card, the MasterCard, the American Express sources that are hard to find. We give you the ability to dispute and fix inaccuracies with all 3 reporting agencies. You get fleet credit for fuel, repairs, maintenance of vehicles, auto vehicle financing, credit monitoring for only $24, cash flow financing, or collateral and cash flow based financing as well. With our partner program, you're getting the equivalent of a franchise without the franchise fees. From emails to social media posts to press releases, articles, free reports, and ebooks, you're getting it all. We're even giving you all the funding training, things you need to set up your sales team, to manage your sales team, to train them, everything. Like I said, it's like a franchise without the hefty franchise fee. And don't forget all 4 bonuses. 30-minute initial coaching call with our team to get you as far through the steps as possible to start getting you real credit right away. Credit monitoring with Dun & Bradstreet and Experian for only $24 saves you over $2,200 a year through our Nav integration. And bonus 3, business valuation, 28-page report to see how much your business is worth, even a ready-to-publish book. And don't forget that if you don't think it's worth every penny you paid, or you don't think you'll be able to make many times what you spent with our partner program, well, then we give you 100% of your money back. Listen, I don't expect just because you saw this webinar that you're opening up your wallet and giving hundreds or thousands of dollars. The question is does it make sense for you to build your business credit? It helps determine how much money you'll get, the rates and terms you'll pay, how quickly you'll get the money. It also determines how much money you'll get. So I think it makes sense. And now you know the steps to build business credit. If you do it on your own, sure, it may take years, but you at least now have the information to be able to do so. But if you want to work with us, does it make sense to work with us? Well, then give us a call. Send us an email. We'll work with you at customized payment plans for you. We can help you get financing to pay for your enrollment. We even work with places like Fundbox Pay that will finance your enrollment over 12 months to give you super affordable payments. We even have options that we do not not put on our website. So the bottom line is, do you want money? Do you want credit for your business? If the answer is yes, if what you see here makes sense and you're like, yeah, that seems like it really simplifies this process, then give us a call at 877-600-2487 or email us at info@creditsuite.com and talk to us a little bit more. We'll answer any questions you have. We'll work this out and make it sure it makes sense for you financially to get started, and we'll jump in and immediately get started helping you either get business credit financing for your business or get business credit financing for your business and offer it as a very lucrative service where we help you every step along the way. So visit us online at creditsuite.com/webinar for our special pricing. It's only for a limited time. We only do this through the end of day on Friday. So if you go to creditsuite.com/webinar and that page is down after that, don't be upset with me. I gave you plenty of fair warning. And of course, we'd like to talk with you more. So if you have questions, give us a ring, 877-600-2487, info@creditsuite.com. Let's talk to you more about getting access to your own finance suite so you can get credit for your business without a personal guarantee and credit check, while accessing all different kind of financing, including loans and credit lines, and having a finance and advising team to help you with all aspects of getting financing and getting all of this in one place. So visit us online, creditsuite.com/webinar. Give us a call at 877-600-2487 or send us an email at info@creditsuite.com.